Everyone. I'm Leela Sharon here, the Minister of Culture, Multiculturalism, and the Status of Women. And as you may know, recently we created a position for an ambassador for sport and active living in the Ministry of Sport, especially. And we have brought Erica Weeb on, who is a two-time gold Olympian. And what I wanted to mention today is that she is really, really taken to the Healthy at Home in Alberta Challenge. And as a result of that, we've had some wonderful folks joining us with the Healthy at Home. And over the coming weeks, I'll be talking to some wonderful Albertans that you will recognize. And we want to find out how you guys are staying healthy at home. And we'll be asking them to share some motivational tips and activities and exercises to help Albertans stay active as we continue through relaunch, and also about mental health and the impacts that what COVID has had on all of us, and especially having to be at home. Today, I am absolutely honored to be joined by Dakota Krebs, who is the alternate captain of the Calgary Hitmen. Dakota is an Okotoks boy and comes from a true Alberta hockey family. As you probably know, his younger brother Peyton plays with Winnipeg Ice, and your youngest brother Drew, right, is a defenseman with the Hat Tigers, right? And you joined the Hitmen in 2018 from the Western Hockey League Tri-City Americans, and you have been an absolutely fabulous ambassador off and on the ice. And in 2019, you received the Tommy K. Clay Humanitarian Award for community work. And wow, I mean, Dakota, that's it says a lot about you and the work that you do, because I mean, your schedules are really busy just as Hitmen alone and with your training and everything. And you were also awarded the Players' Choice and Hockey Calgary Coaches Award. So, hi. I hope that you're doing well and that your family's doing well. And I know that this has been a tough year for players. I can't imagine how hard it's been on you and your families, and especially not being able to train. And it put an abrupt end to your guys' season. Yeah. And so what have you been doing? Like, I mean, obviously you're still trying to do dry land and training and stuff, but like, how doing to stay healthy and active, especially because hopefully we'll see you guys on the ice here not too far away.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been kind of tough to, like, obviously the way the season ended and everything like that. That's not it's not the way you wanted to go out, but of course it's for the better good of everybody around the world and in Alberta too. So that kind of worked that way. But yeah, overall just been really trying to stay healthy. We're fortunate that we have like a home gym here. So it's really nice to be able to train a little bit there and have those kind of key stuff that we can do, but also just having fun with the family, and that's the most part. And also was able to find kind of an online job that I was able to do just to make a little bit of money during this time, which is pretty sweet.
What are you doing? Do you want to share with us what you're doing online?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's actually I'm showing Cutco knives through just a job.
Oh yes, I have a set, best knives.
Awesome.
That's good for you. I mean, my goodness, like I said, there's so many aspects to this, isn't there? And, you think about the journey that you went on to get to this point in your career. And then all of a sudden to just see things sort of come to an end. How did you cope with that just personally and with the guys on your team? What are you guys doing from a training point of view, but also from mental health point of view?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely tough. I think a lot of us, it's just an empty feeling. Like you build a whole entire season to like come to that goal at the end of the year where at least you give it everything you can, and whatever happens, whether that's winning the championship or losing out to a really awesome team. Like that's usually the way it ends, and not having even a chance to do that, it really sucked. And I don't know, definitely there were some tears and stuff like that at the end of the year. And, we were really excited with the group of guys we had and everything like that. But yeah, overall, all of us been just kind of trying to keep in contact. And it's nice that, you have 20 brothers that are going through the same thing. So it's easy to talk about that. And then having my actual two brothers that going through the exact same thing, and everyone in the hockey community and around the world has been stunned by this. So it's easier that, just for me, it's just been talking, I like communicating with people, and for me, it's just been talking to people. And it sucks the way it ended, but it's just been fun to just chat. And, I'm fortunate that I have my brothers here, and we're training, doing every week, everything we can to train and get ready for next season. But yeah, it's just it's tough the way it ended for sure.
It is. And you were saying about that you're working out at home. Do you have any suggestions for folks at home who may not have like the level of gym that you might have, some things that they can do? I was speaking with Mr. Giordano just a few days ago, and he was talking about he's making me do burpees, and I promised that I would do them. But I was just curious, like, if you're adding into as a family some of the exercises and things that you can do at home right now, do you have any advice like as to what people can do to stay healthy?
Yeah, a lot of, just body weight stuff, like a lot of push-ups and as you said, burpees. And I know when we first got back here, we got a lot of body weight workouts sent to us. So any kind of lunges and just trying to do some cardio, jumping jacks, that kind of thing too. So, there's so many resources online that you can use. So many people that are, trainers and stuff like that, that if you have Instagram, Twitter, anything like that, any kind of social media, you can pretty much find a body weight workout pretty easy. It's just accessing those resources, I'd say. So, if you really are wanting to get active, that's the biggest tip I have is use your resources, especially being a young guy. Even me, like I have that kind of stuff around where we have a little bit of equipment, that kind of thing, but also just utilizing those resources because, there's so many people out there with so much to offer, right?
What's your favorite exercise that gets your heart rate up?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I really like biking and stuff like that. So since, of course, we've been able to get a little bit more outdoors, I've been biking a lot more. Also rollerblading, that gets my heart rate up, and running in general. So, but if you're just inside your house, something like that, I definitely recommend like some sort of push up, jumping jack, lunge kind of workout.
Awesome. Now, I was reading about your parents, Greg and Cindy, and you always speak about how they're your role models, especially when you were younger. And obviously, you come from a very active family, and I'm sure there was. I can't imagine the rough and tumble life that Dakota. Yeah. I have two sons myself, so I understand. So I can imagine. But your sister is a musician. I'm also a musician. So she's in Nashville right now, as I understand it. Did she get to come home during COVID or?
Yeah. So she was about to go back down to Nashville. And then unfortunately with everything that happened, she decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay because I don't want to get stuck down in the States and not be able to come back. So that's kind of how it was. Like right after the season ended, she was going to leave in like a couple of weeks. But then she just decided to cancel, which, it sucks for her. She was really excited to head back down, but yeah, that's kind of how it worked out with her. And yeah, it's just nice to have everybody home in general because we're usually right now, either we'd be in playoffs, Madison be down in the States and all of us would be in different places. But right now I think it's super valuable this time that we have together that, we probably wouldn't get if it was a regular situation.
Wow, what an incredible family you have. So what are you and your family doing together, like to keep active? Like you said you and your brothers are training together, obviously. Yeah. You're same sport. But is there anything that you guys like to do as a family, like to go out? And I know a lot of folks are walking and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like lots of walks and obviously any kind of, if we're able to find any hikes, of course, too. That's really been something we've been doing a lot. Actually went recently. Yeah. So also, that kind of stuff. And then walks and anything that's not exercise wise, we've just been playing a lot of board games. We've been working on our deck. Actually, one thing we have been doing is working on our backyard, which has been my mom's kind of project. So that's cool. Yeah. So we just painted our deck yesterday and kind of just did everything with that. And we're just kind of remaking, I guess, our backyard and having some fun with that, which, my mom loves her garden. So we've been trying to help her out with that.
Oh, I bet you that looks beautiful. And so Dakota, you won the humanitarian award. So obviously community service is important to you. Is that something that your parents instilled in you when you were younger, something that they were heavily involved in as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think my mom and dad, just in general, I think it's important. They just believe that treat everybody the way you should be, that you want to be, the way you want to be treated. So I think just in general, I think I've been super grateful growing up. I've had so many opportunities to go after the dreams I've wanted to go after. And my parents have been such a huge part of that. They've never held me back whatsoever in anything I ever wanted to do. They told me to go right after it. So having these amazing people in my life, I just wanted to be able to give that opportunity to a lot of other kids. And I think that's the biggest motivator for me of giving back. It's like, have all these opportunities. I want those other kids that maybe don't get those opportunities to have the chance, or just those mentors that I saw when I was younger. When I saw a hockey player, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. I want to be just like that. So I think when I go and hang out with kids, that's the biggest reason I do it. And my mom and dad have always been a big part of the community. And even just, I mean, of course, with us being in sports, they've always tried to donate their time to helping us achieve our dreams and other kids too. So.
Oh, they must be so proud of you. And I was going to say, and you're right, you have quite a level of celebrity. And for young men, for young men especially, as you know, we're just finishing up Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And we've been having a lot of conversations around that as well too. And having really wonderful community-oriented young men coming forward is part of the education for all of us, actually, right across the board, to be able to learn how to cope, especially like this. But, having young men like yourself, Dakota, is so important to these little guys that are looking up to you to find out, how they can be all that they want to be and how to chase their dreams and to find ways to be able to cope with stress and all of that. I don't even know if you truly understand the impact you've had. I hear about you all the time. And so it's been such a huge privilege to speak with you. Do you have a particular story of a kid or somebody that you were mentoring that really, really impacted you, that really pushed you to keep going with that? Because obviously you're a great athlete, but there's just so much more to it than that. Yeah,
I think in general, just a lot of kids have had a lot of impact on me, but I've been able to work through this program called the Heroes and Superheroes program, just because actually Bill is one of the main people in it. And I just being able to work with some of those kids kids with Down syndrome and autism, kids like that maybe they wouldn't get that opportunity otherwise, just to see their faces light up when they get to skate for the first time and that kind of thing, that's really impacted me. And it's just something I've been able to really be a part of. And it's just cool to see, even with the Heroes program, kids that maybe wouldn't get that opportunity otherwise, just to see them get to play. And just, I just like messing around with the kids, having fun. So see their smiles and maybe goof off with them. It's really impactful for me. And I think I know the joy I get of playing hockey and having sport and community, and to see that in other kids and be able to live through other kids like that. It's really important for me too. And I just get really excited about it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I'm so excited to actually see you in person. One of these days we'll have to meet you out on the ice so you can show us what you're doing with the kids and stuff. And do you actually dress as a superhero while you're out there, or do the kids come dressed up? No,
they're dressed up with all their gear and stuff. I just wear my tracksuit and stuff like that, but I guess
okay.
That's my uniform. That's my superhero uniform. So
Right. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. We know how busy you are, and but I hope that you understand the impact that you're having on people and what a privilege it is for me to be able to speak with you. Is there any other final messages you'd like to pass on to our fellow Albertans before we leave each other?
Just try and stay connected. And I know a lot of us are really suffering from not being able to see our family, friends, all those people that we really love. So I think this is the most important piece, is staying connected. And whether that being saying hi from the distance, or whether that from your driveways or something like that, or just FaceTiming in general. I've been really fortunate enough to be able to talk to a bunch of people through virtually, of course, with kind of like the job I had. So it's just fun being able to talk to people you haven't seen in forever. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just try to stay connected. And, this time it's super easy to just stay separate from everybody else, but finding ways to stay connected and stay close to your loved ones for sure.
Thank you so much, Dakota, and much love to you and your family. Thank you for taking the time for being with us today. I can't tell you how meaningful this discussion has been for me. I can't wait to see you in person and see all the work you're doing. I'll be out there cheering for you once you get started again. So
thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it was really fun chatting.
Yeah, you too. Take care.